So the Dallas Mavericks have brought back Spencer Dinwiddie, and while this might not be the biggest signing in the world, I think it definitely has the potential to be something. Now you could probably look at Spencer Dinwiddie one of two ways. You're probably either looking at him as, oh, he's washed, he had a terrible season last year, he's not what he used to be. Or you could look at it as, literally less than 2 seasons ago, he was a very good player, and he was a very good player for the team that he just signed with. So, literally, the Mavericks are signing a player that less than 2 seasons ago was a very productive player for them and was a key piece in trading for Kyrie Irving. And me personally, I look at it more the second way. I'm not denying that he had a bad season last year. He definitely did. Looking at his numbers and just, watching his games, it was not a good year for Spencer Dinwiddie. But I think this is a good signing for the Mavericks. Firstly, because I think Spencer Dinwiddie could be a good player for this team. But also, even if he's not a good player for this team, that's not that big of a blow. Because before the signing happened, I think most people would have assumed that the Mavericks roster was kind of set. They were going into the next season with what they had. And the Dinwiddie signing kind of came out of nowhere. So if he plays well for them, that's just, extra gravy on top of the roster they already had. And if he doesn't, then, he was a late addition to the team, veteran minimum, 1-year deal. It doesn't really matter, right? Now, this is kind of interesting with the Mavericks signing Spencer Dinwiddie, because there was some talk about them re-signing Dinwiddie during last season after he was let go by the Nets. Right after he was released by the Nets, he was at a Mavericks game sitting right behind the bench, talking to the players and stuff. So it kind of seemed like he might be re-signing with the Mavericks in the middle of last year, but he ended up going to the Lakers. Didn't really work out that well for him. But now we see him back with the Mavericks, and this could be a good pairing. Now, this next part you're not going to care about unless you're a Mavericks fan, probably, because I'm going to talk about AJ Lawson for a second, who, if you're not a Mavericks fan, you probably haven't even really heard of. Now, AJ Lawson, if you don't know, he's a guard. He's 6'4", 6'5", pretty fast, plays solid defense, can hit some threes, make some hustle plays whenever he's in. He doesn't get in very often, usually in garbage time. But this probably means he won't be back with the team, or, if he is, it'll be in extremely limited capacity, which is too bad. Last season, he moved up off of a 2-way contract into a guaranteed deal, and it was a good story, and seeing him in games, he looked good most of the time. But from a basketball perspective, if he has to go to make way for Spencer Dinwiddie, I think that's good overall. Now, I already made a video a couple weeks back about the Mavericks offseason and kind of what I thought about it. And now the Spencer Dinwiddie sighting is really the only thing that's changed since then. And really, at the end of the day, this just makes me like their offseason even more. Bringing in Spencer Dinwiddie could either be a really good player for them or kind of whatever. But I think he and Quentin Grimes, who in my last video I called Frank Grimes, who is a Simpsons character, so that's my bad on that. But him and Quentin Grimes coming in to kind of replace the Tim Hardaway going out, whose role definitely diminished as the season went on last year, and then he dealt with injuries. I think I'd rather have Spencer Dinwiddie and Quentin Grimes out there doing kind of what Tim Hardaway was supposed to do, but, struggled to do at times. I think Dinwiddie's a better option for that kind of role. Quentin Grimes should be able to come in and play some good minutes. And then there's the whole Klay Thompson thing. So yeah, the Mavericks should be poised to have a really good season next year. I am sad that Josh Green is gone. I was a little bitter at first. I was mad that they brought in Klay Thompson and got rid of Josh Green, but I'm starting to come around on it. I've calmed down since then, and Klay Thompson could be a really good player for this team. Hopefully he actually is. We actually have to wait and see what happens during the season, but it should be good. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say my quick little piece about Spencer Dinwiddie. It's been a minute since I uploaded, so thanks for the patience. I figured I'd start off with an easy one, talking about Spencer Dinwiddie, get back in the flow of things. but I'm excited to see what the Mavericks can do this offseason. So if you made it this far in the video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Consider liking the video, it really helps me out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.